Hey there guys, what's going on? Today is Thursday, February 28th, 2008. Tomorrow is February the 29th, which is Leap Year Day, which is kind of cool because it only happens once every 4 years. And it kind of got me thinking. I was reading this article in The New Yorker. It was a write-up on Christina Ricci, and I really like Christina Ricci. I think she's really interesting and always does kind of like strange movies and roles, and like everyone's talking about Ellen Page. You don't understand how annoyed I am that Juno got all this praise and all this attention, and I think it only got the buzz that it did because every other big movie this year was so epic and dark, and Juno was not any of those things, so everyone just praised it like it was wonderful. And I think that if there were other really good lighthearted films, no one really would have talked so much about this one. I just didn't like the movie. I've talked about this, but because of all the Oscar hype, it pisses me off. That girl, whenever Barbara Walters did that special and she interviewed Ellen Page, she couldn't have been less interesting or happy to be there. Barbara fucking Walters is sitting across from you. That bitch is 900 years old. She's got Alzheimer's pretty much. Every day on The View is just, you know, a further descent into her mind slipping away. I don't even think she knows where she is anymore. The other day she said something about the war in Vietnam. So anyway, Christina Ricci, I feel like she was the Ellen Page of the 90s and never really got her due. So I was happy that they wrote something about her. And in this article, they were talking about, well, she was talking about how she believes that every 7 years, people's lives take a huge shift, and how she's turning 28 this year, or she just turned 28, and that her life is shifting. And it kind of started making me think about that, you know, this idea that these things happen in your life every 7 years, whether it's the way that you look or your professional life or just the way that you think about things, that those things change. And maybe it's just the power of influence and, you know, persuasion, but I started thinking about my life and how it's changed. And when I was 28, last year, when I turned 28, it was my first video actually, it was the day before my 28th birthday. And I was talking about changes. I just felt like things were shifting, and I didn't know what they were yet, but I could feel them happening. And sure enough, last year was a big year of changes for me. You know, I really got into this YouTube thing, which, you know, as dorky as it sounds, it's become more than just a fun hobby for me. You know, working on these videos, even though they're not that great, they give me like a focus, and I am looking to expand that focus because I think it's a little sad if, you know, YouTube is my greatest joy. But they've definitely like brought something that maybe wasn't there before. And they also brought Nick into my life, which is just that is a huge change. I'm living with my boyfriend. I'm in love, and I'm living with that person. So that's big stuff for me. Shh. So, oh, hello. So let me wrap this video up because somebody just got home. I had to go kiss him. I was just saying that my involvement in YouTube and everything, it brought a big change in my job situation last year. So, and not just those things, but I feel like the way that I was looking at things, the way I've been looking at my past and experiences that I've been having, I changed the way that I saw those things. And that was a big change. How perfect is iTunes sometimes? So anyway, when I was 21, 7 years before last year, that was a landmark year for me too. That was the first year I was like earning steady money. That was the first year I was in like a serious, like grown-up relationship. That was the first year I was having regular sex. That was just also the first year for me as an actor where I was working constantly. I did 10 films and 2 plays that year. That was a big year for me. So I'm kind of into this idea that maybe that's something that happens for people every 7 years, a shift. Just kind of an interesting idea. So yeah, I just thought I would share.